Oh, this one is my absolute favorite, but it doesn't fit anymore.
You just wore it yesterday.
My belly is getting big and it's coming up in the front.
She's the Jana of all trades instead of the Jack of all trades. So now Jana is doing maternity alterations for the sister-in-laws and sisters.
I enjoy not having to suck in all the time. I can actually be proud of my belly.
Because yeah, you don't have those hips like I do.
Having been
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Friday, July 22nd. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So let's do a Duggar tea day because it's a 2-for-1. Okay, it's a 2-for-1. The first part is going to be about Jill and the second part is going to be about his Jim Bob getting his constant shade thrown by his sister. Oh, Deanna, she's like really good with quote shades. Like, you know how like Mary does shade for Cody, and yeah, Deanna throws shade at Jim Bob with all of her quotes. So let's talk it out. Guess who's home? Freddy, Michael Dillard is home. I am so excited. So she introduced Frederick Michael Dillard, who was born July 7th of 2022. It says, we are so in love with him and happy to have him home. If you remember what the baby announcement was, let's reveal that. So the name Frederick holds a special meaning to us. It's Derek's name with the F-R-E added to the front to make it Frederick. Similarly, Derek's name is a variation of his late dad's name, Rick, where they added a D-E to Rick, meaning of Rick. And they were excited to settle on a name that had Derek's name and Rick's name all together to combine Frederick. So the third child gets the special name. Sweet. So he arrived early. He came through a C-section, and he was planned to go later, but they had to bring him in early. And at the time after he was born, he was actually kind of big for his age, gestational age. And it looks like he's grown quite a bit, but he's still got a tiny, sort of itsy bitsy, like kind of a late term preemie vibe to him. So the big brothers are already there with him. So she shared photographs with the babies and with Israel and with Samuel, with their little brother. So cute. And they had big, middle, and little on all of their shirts. She had them all in the same pajamas. So cute. No pictures of her with the babies. It's just the boys meeting Frederick. So it said, we love snapping some pictures the other day of the big brothers with little Freddy in some of the same outfits that they wore for the pregnancy announcement. And it says, mom and baby are doing well, and we are been so blessed by the support of friends and family who have come up to help provide meals and watch the big boys for us during this time of transition and recovery. Okay, so here is the deal. He's super cute. They're in a brand new home. He's a bit younger than his brothers because she had a big gap in between them. So I think Samuel is like 4 or 5 now, and Israel is going to be, I think, in 2nd grade. Oh my gosh, 1st grade? I can't remember. All the years blend together since COVID. I know that he started public school and he's going to be there in 1st or 2nd grade next year. So he's got a little brother to bring to and talk about it, show and tell. So sweet. Okay, so they're settling into their new home, which is about 45 minutes away from where they were at. It says friends and family have been helping out, so that's good. I'm guessing Michelle Duggar has been there. Even though Michelle and Jill have had quite the rocky relationship, I do know that Michelle is the kind of mom that's there when the kids have kids. So I'm sure Mama Duggar has been helping Jill out. I don't think that Papa Duggar, by the way, is doing much of anything. So everything is going well with the baby. Jill is recovering. After a C-section, it takes quite a bit of time to recover. It's a little bit different. Could be 3 months or more. I feel for her, man. She's got 3 kids, 2 of them very busy. And then Derek has a brand new job. So Derek's working in the DA's office in Tulsa, in a small town in Oklahoma. So I'm sure he's busy. She's busy. I hope they have a lot of help. Sounds like they do. So congratulations to Jill and Derek. Freddy is adorable. And the 2 boys look like they're going to be great big brothers. Okay, so next, a little tiny update on Josh Duggar. You were wondering about Anna and Josh talking on the phone. Well, I guess the phones have been a little bit more restricted lately, and Josh and Anna aren't able to talk as frequently. So remember how I told you that when he was in jail in the county, he had free access to speaking as much as possible, and he was like constantly on the phone? So different. Now he's going to be going days at a time. There's partial lockdowns, there's full day lockdowns, and apparently they've had a couple days of lockdowns since Josh has been there, which means no phone privileges. And apparently on one of those days, when the phones were given back, there was a huge line, and Josh didn't get a phone call that day to Anna. What do you think Anna does when she doesn't get a phone call the days of Josh? I hope on those days she's like planning her escape. Okay, next. The 2 people in this family that we can count on to always throw shade and to say how they feel are Deanna and Amy Duggar. So I was actually perusing Deanna's Instagram lately, and today she shared a post that said this: some people aren't loyal to you. They are loyal to their need for you, of you. Once their needs change, so does their loyalty. And she said, so true. I know what that means. And then another one 2 days ago, she said this: you better watch those people that bounce back from everything that was meant to destroy them. Those are God's people, and they're not to be played with. Okay, so the first one is some people aren't loyal to you. They are loyal to their need of you. Once their needs change, so does their loyalty. So here's what I think is going on with Deanna. And my heart goes out to her, you guys, because she and Jim are siblings and they don't have any other siblings. So I don't know if any of you, others of you, have only one sibling. If you have one sibling and you have a strained relationship, it's almost like you don't have much of a family, right? Because you don't see that sibling very much. And for her, she and Jim were very close growing up. And now it seems like she hasn't been talking to him. And so not only does she lose Jim, but she's losing the family. Now, what I think she's talking to and alluding to here is that as long as the show was on the air, his need for the family was based upon that. So he needed Amy to add diversity because his kids didn't have any clue about the real world, and Amy brought in that zest of, I'm a normal girl, I wear shorts, I go to basketball games, I go to prom, I listen to rock music, that kind of stuff. And then Deanna came in as the older sister that was very close to Mary. Now, mind you, Mary passed away in 2019. Their dad passed away years before. So really, once this hit, her only family that she has at this point is her daughter and her daughter's husband and her grandson. So for her, losing her brother, which she had been loyal to her whole life and tried to be there for and be kind to and work through their differences, I'm thinking she's having a hard time with that separation. I mean, that's a big bond to break, and that's a big chunk of family to lose, especially if you have all those nieces and nephews that you love. So she's throwing a little shade at him like, I was only good for you when you needed me, and now you don't need me, so I'm gone. So like, as long as I'm benefiting you, you're good with me. That kind of reminds me of a narcissist, you know? We all know Jim Bob likes himself and he's kind of a narcissist. Then the other part is you better watch those people that bounce back from everything that was meant to destroy them. Those are God's people and they're not to be played with. So I'm guessing, again, this has been a trial for their family, a huge explosion of so much anxiety for the whole family. So she's hoping that she's going to bounce back and she's God's people. You know, there's a lot of people that claim to be God's people. I just hope that some of the people in this family are actually God's people. You know, Deanna and Amy are not the same as the rest of the Duggars, and for the most part are you know, she was getting a lot of slack a couple weeks ago, and she's declared proudly that she's not a fundy, but she does hold a lot of the same beliefs as her brother. She did go to some of the IBLP stuff as a teen. Her mom got them into that when they were teenagers. So she's got a lot of the conservative beliefs, but she's more progressive than her brother. It's like in the middle. I don't know. So people were calling her a fundy a couple weeks ago, and she said, I am not a fundy. Okay. So Jim Bob's probably at home and not caring at all. I don't think Jim Bob has time to even think about his sister because he's got 8,000 kids, 20,000 grandkids. He's got Anna and 7 grandkids that are like on his dime now, like he's fully supporting. And I'm sure he doesn't have a lot of need for anyone at this point because his hands are full. That's got to feel like really empty for her. And I feel sad. Like, I'm really sad. I'm sad you're going through that, but you will get through this, Deanna. I know you will. All right. But keep throwing that shade at Jim Bob. I'm here for it. All right, you guys. So what do you think about Freddy's name? What do you think about the shade? And what about the phone calls? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.